longest spurred turkey I've ever seen right there. We all know we love to turkey hunt.
Hang on. Now you're ready.
Y'all know we love to turkey hunt, and I'm a turkey hunter at heart. But during the fall, we've got to pass the time somehow. So this week, we're hunting my home state, and I got my bow in my hands, and I'm doing some deer hunting.
Turkey Hunter is brought to you by Browning, the best there is. Knights Hunting Products, makers of the hands-free hunting vest. Legacy Premium Game Calls, it's not luck, it's legacy. Indian Creek Shooting Systems, makers of the Black Diamond Strike. Browning Trail Cameras, the most innovative trail cameras in the industry. Struck No More Turkey Totes, get a grip on them.
Well guys, it's August 8th, and it's getting close to deer season. I'm in Tennessee, my home state. It's hot, it's about 90 degrees, but I'm gonna go in here and hang a tree stand. I've been getting pictures on the Browning cams of a really good buck. I've been watching for the past 3 years. Buck I call Niner, and this year he's 5, and he's got a heck of a rack on him. I've been getting lots of pictures of him in the evening time, coming out of this hayfield and hugging the edge of this tree line. So I think I have me a possible tree in here. I'm gonna go inspect it a little more, make sure I can put a stand in and a lock on. So I'm gonna get my safety belt on, and I'm gonna slip in here and put me a tree stand up. This piece of property I'm hunting is very small, but I've noticed this deer using it certain times of the year. I really don't think he lived there. He was just cruising through at certain times. I noticed each year I'd get a few photos of him in the velvet, then he'd disappear until around Halloween. He'd hang out for a few days, then disappear again until the rut was really kicking around mid-November. So this year I just decided to stay out of the area until mid-November rolled around. Meanwhile, waiting out the October lull on other pieces of ground, shooting does, and hunting with my dad.
Thank you so much.
Well, finally, mid-November rolled around, and I was itching to get in the tree stand that I had hung earlier in the year. I got the rest of this week, this weekend, and next week to hunt, so hopefully cross paths with a shooter. With the last photos I've gotten of Niner being on the 27th of October, I'm not even sure if he's still alive. But nonetheless, I'm still hopeful to cross paths with him before the season is over. On November 20th, as the sun starts to break, I look to my left down at a mock scrape I had made, and a doe pops out, and just in behind her is Niner. He pushes the doe across the field, matching her step for step. All at once, she starts angling my way, and he's right on her heels. Well, the doe does just as planned, but the buck stops at 70 yards and starts winding. At this point, my heart starts sinking, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way this buck is going to let this doe get away from him. Well, the unthinkable happens. Imagine that. The buck comes to the edge of the tree line, and instead of following the doe's trail, goes in the opposite direction, past the scrape where I initially saw him, and goes into the wood line. Well, just a few minutes later, I look up and notice a small buck out in the field following the doe's track. He grabs the buck's track and goes into the wood line where Niner did. Well, a couple of more minutes go by, and the small buck pops out of the wood line and follows the doe's track this time, up under my stand, and he jumps her in the woods behind me. Well, I'm pretty much disgusted at this point, so I grab my phone and start to text my dad about my dumb luck. I look up from my phone just in time to see Niner coming out of the tree line and is walking past the mock scrape, coming right to me. As the buck gets closer, he grabs the doe's track, and my heart rate starts to elevate because I know I'm about to get a shot at this buck.
That is why you bow hunt. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just killed my biggest Tennessee buck.
Oh, I gotta call my dad. Guys, I'm gonna GoPro up here and slide down this tree and go check out this buck. God is good, let me tell you. I want to show you guys a little bit about my setup and stuff. What I did this summer. Here's my hair right here, stuck in the ground. Right here, the Luminoc HD orange on there, baby. Smoke. And there's the tree stand right there. You guys can see it. But that's where it just all went down. So.
There he is, guys. There's the buck. What did I just do? Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus, what a buck. What a buck. What a buck. What a deer.
Well, here he is, guys, and a beautiful Tennessee buck at that. My biggest bow buck for Tennessee, and he's a great deer. He's 5.5 this year. This is a 3-year quest. Came to a close this morning. I've had pictures of this deer for the past 3 years. Just, he hadn't been a shooter. Last year at 4, he had a really short 4. He just didn't have the mass. This year at 5, and he just blew up. He put the mass on, and knew I wanted to go after him. And waited till the rut to come in here. I saw a shooter 6-point here last week chasing a doe. Come in here this morning. It was kind of slow. Wasn't expecting much, and then I looked down and I seen a doe pop out of this tree line, and sure enough, this guy was right behind her, and man, my heart got jumping in, boy. And the doe come to me. I don't know if he got a whiff of me or what, but or lost sight of the doe. That could have possibly happened because that sage is pretty tall. But he goes back to where he come from. I grunted at him, and he just wasn't paying no attention, and goes back in the woods. I'm heart sank. Here comes a 6-pointer. 6-pointer gets on that doe's trail and runs all the way up in behind the doe, chases her up in the woods. 5 minutes goes by, I look down, and here comes a guy back out. And he follows the doe's trail this time. He comes up 20 yards. And he was quartering 2 just a little bit when I shot, but it smoked him. I hugged that front leg, and he ran out in the field and wheelied, jumped up off his front leg and fell over dead. But what a great buck. What a great Tennessee buck. Lots of mass. My best bow deer in Tennessee, and I couldn't be more proud of it. Thank you, good Lord, for bow hunting. Look at that buck.